Hello, my dear. As you can see, we're doing a private reading for you. Thank you and welcome to Saluna Watanga. Now, prior to the recording, I call into the universe for your personal information so it remains private at all times, and so shall your reading today. We are going to see specifically behind the scenes of what is going on with that relationship. Ooh, bang! I love this. Ooh, look at this. The devil. Lord, five of cards. Oh, I get it now. Mm, mm. The top. Yes, I'm going to say this. First off, I love how we're starting the reading because it's letting us know that there's a closing and ending of a relationship that has been coming a long, long way. That they being concerned in reference to certain situations that probably, it has to do with a third party situation. I wouldn't bypass it to that the spouse, to the female, that she's probably thinking that there is someone involved in the relationship or marriage, whether it is in the actual physical tense and or its spiritual tense even. So I feel that she questions a lot of the things that is going on in the marriage. I feel that she questions, who may want this relationship to not work out. But here's the thing. When I was preparing the cards with their individual's energy, I felt different disputes in reference to the female. Let's start off with her. Um, I feel that she is saddened to see the relationship go, and she's also, yeah, I feel that in the past she thought that this relationship was that he was something that she really, really hoped to be with and end, the rest of the life with. Um, but I also feel that it's letting me know that she is already in the emotional space of detaching from this relationship, and um, I feel that there's a lot of things that she probably tried to. Uh, you became her last resource in that moment. I don't know if she was drinking or not, but I feel that she is having guilt um, of of a lot of things within the marriage and how it took place and how they came together and how they ended up together. Um, I also feel that in the back of her, there was always that feeling and thought that, that maybe she's failing in the relationship because she took this man from someone. So her conscience is also getting the best of her. That's one thing. The other thing is that at times she doesn't blame herself for the cause of why the relationship is failing. The other thing is, and they are number, is that she feels that she's given in the best of herself and she feels that she's sufficient enough for any man. So she feels that it's him that is not proper in a relationship or marriage. And she also feels that he has a wandering eye. She also feels that he's not honest with her. She also feels that she's working a lot in this relationship, and I don't feel that she expected to give as much as she's giving in this marriage now. So what I also feel also is that she is realizing in so many levels that she made a mistake, you know. Feeling for someone is one thing, but carry on uh, the facade of the hopes and dreams, it's not a reality. It's a fact, right? It's a fact that uh, she was seeing the good side of him when they were dating, um, and probably hoped hoped that he will continue that within the relationship as he did in the beginning. But as anything, when you start dating someone, you only get a portion of them, the good side of them, because with the mistress, they feel released, they feel stress free. They don't have to be living with the person 24/7, being themselves and be responsible. Um, and I feel that she expected a lot out of him, and she hasn't potentially given her, full of himself, including emotions and feelings. Now, we definitely see that there's a high ending here. They're just not being completely honest with each other in the process of what they want to do, or one of them is not being completely honest. So I'll say this: I like the fact that they are going to therapy, because when we are looking at this ending, what it let us know is that if they are doing therapy now, it means that when it ends for good. It ends because it's no longer revisable, visible, lively enough to come together again. It's done and over with. That's what I like about that, because they're both realizing that they want something else, need something else, or someone else that is more prominent to them. Okay. The funny thing is that this one was supposed to be giving me what I was looking for, but it called me out to open this spread. And trust me, when this, you've been my client for years, I shuffle and call onto the universe of what I'm seeking and wanting to know. And this is the spread that came forth first. And this is the defined answer for me. But I will still look in the other ways, in the other spread as well. You know me. I am not like I'm giving the spirits a gratefulness, thanks for answering the questions that we're seeking. What I like is that they're giving me the precise answers to what I need to know to refer to you. Okay, so as right now, I will say this: uh, we definitely see a high chance of separation, divorce for them. It's what's given here, and it is. I'm gonna show you. It is something that it's been for quite a while. In the beginning of this year, it was the um, that stump in the marriage. Okay, I don't know if she told you how long they've been in therapy, but it's been I want to say about 3 months. I don't think it's 3 weeks. It feels like 3 months. I feel that they discussed whether or not to separate and divorce, and then they figured out, okay, whoever she probably expressed her concerns in the marriage, probably asked them or said to them, why don't you go with this and see if you can solve it? Okay. Let me see on your questions. We're gonna look into his emotions in the other spread, I feel. Okay. Let me see with her. Okay, thank you. Let me see something with her. Now, I will say this. I like the fact that she came and talked to you about it, and I feel that she probably wanted to know deep down if it was just them in the relationship going through this, or is something that he's been in that action. Okay. I'm surprised that she didn't ask you if you still love him. I'm surprised in that. Right. So, absolutely. Yeah, I feel that what she was going around is trying to see if she can get some clarities into who he is after all these years. Okay. And also probably excuse it. As a woman, she came to you to excuse if and when this were to be not worked out. The fact that she told you that she thinks that he may still be in love with you, it tells me that she's noticed his actions toward you, his affection toward you, and she must have and most certainly brought it up to his attention. Also brought it up in the therapy session as well. Okay, it lets me know here. I feel that he, in the therapy session, is not being completely honest with what's going on in himself and in his emotions and with her. Now, that could be two things: that he's just trying to hold on to the relationship to not be the blame for it, um, or that he's trying not to have her blame you for the fall down of their relationship, or um, that he himself doesn't really understand truly how he feels toward this situation. If he feels not completely sure if he's still in love with you, for instance, because I do feel that he knows that he cares for you based on this, but he may not be completely understanding whether or not he's in love with you. That could be one. But if she brought it up, which I feel she did, he's going to start thinking of that very cautiously, very deeply. Okay. So either way, I don't feel that he's being 100% honest in his therapy sessions. I feel that he's still holding back, that he's still holding true emotions, true feelings to whatever it is he's being asked to do or say, or express. Um, and here's the kicker as well, that they're trying this, but I feel that this woman is not being also completely truthful and honest with one thing. She wants more money. She wants better comfort. She wants to travel, be happy, be she wants wealth, material gains without having to work, without having to do anything. She wants it handed to her. And she feels that she's struggling and putting too much into this relationship, into the man, into the marriage, and getting shit in return. And even if she were to be getting some kind of efforts of materials into the marriage, it's not enough for her. She's ready for more. She wants more. She deserves more. So even if they're going into therapy, it's just not visible, period, because she's already in a different stage. Whether we put her there, as you already know, conjunction with the planets, because as you know, I use a lot of everything in order to make things happen. So these planets that are taking place as we speak are also going into the conjunction of what the rituals and etc., and then putting into motions what her needs and desire is, which is her selfishness, herself, her being, her first come, first self. So um, even if the therapy is going well with them, which I absolutely doubt it, I think that at the end of the day, um, even if he says I love you, which he probably does, it's not enough for her, because saying I love you in the beginning was a happy joy because she got something out of someone. So it was going to be the best thing that she could ever hear back then. Now it's absolutely not enough. Love does not give me the comfort in materialistic ways that I need. That's her way of thinking and being now. And that's going to take place a lot more moving forward. Um, uh, so yeah, I want to say that within the next 2 weeks to 2 months, we should have some type of definite answer from them or one of them. Okay. um they may try to find ways to reconcile the relationship. They may find ways to even go away for a weekend or so, see if they can fix it, but it's only a temporary thing. It's just not going to happen in the way that I see it. um I'm surprised she did not bring up the fact that maybe she thought that maybe somebody possibly could be doing something to break them up. You know, I think that is something that she kept herself, because she absolutely spoke more than her share. Is he happy about it? No, he is not happy that she brought this conversation to you. I feel that in the way that I'm seeing things is that he's upset. He was angry, um, because she may say things in a different perspective view, to be seen in a different way. And probably he felt that that maybe she was questioning you if you had anything with him, or do you still care for him, or has he said something to you, has he done something to you or with you. For me, the way he saw things, with you talking to her, it was more of him kind of way. um and it also gives him the notion of saying, she wants to get to the bottom, to the truth of itself, because when things started falling apart between them, it, you became her focus. She felt that it was going downhill because you were involved, because he still had something with you. Now, remember, in the past where you all met, hung out, did things together, etc. Um, there was always something there that kept her keeping an eye on him and wondering how he interfered, in your life, how he acted with you, how he conducted himself with you. So that has always come about in her thoughts and minds. But lately, in the last year or so, it's been quite overwhelming for her. She's seen things, and she's getting that notch feeling of this is more. And if she's into the spiritual things, she's not going to disclose it completely, because she wants to keep things to herself, which I believe she is. The other thing is that, um, as I'm saying this, it's take me back to, in her memories, she's giving me a notion of the time. She keeps saying the time that he went or took you to your home. It was a one-on-one time, meaning, in the way that she's saying, it was you and him only went to your home. That has been the trigger from day one. Okay, I don't know, we can recollect ourselves into that, and you will let me know when was that time and how long ago it was. But she's giving me that moment in time that she feels that something must have taken place that time. And she did ask, excuse me, good morning, dear. It's very early, it's about 6 in the morning, here in Texas. So 6 in the morning, so that would be like what, four in Cali. I feel that she even questioned him, what happened, what went down, what was said, what did you do, what you do, things like that. But that time, it's been the trigger to what she's been trying to hold back from. Okay. Ooh, this is juicy. I'm like, oh my God, if I could, she, believe it or not, that, it helped her understand certain things that she was, doubting about, questioning about between you and him. She was again thinking that you still care for him, and she still thinks that you do. The things that you said to her comfort her a little bit more. It really did. She thinks that, that you do have emotions for him, but because you explain the way you did, it's almost like letting me know that she thinks that maybe you feel that, how do I put this? I will say this. A lot of the times it's kind of naive for someone to think that an ex can be someone's best friend. And even if they act as one, trust me, it's not the case. Because they will always think of something from the past and come back around. They will always want to be better than, etc. It's just not the case. I know I have certain people that are like best friends with, the wife, the ex-wife. But when they become the person that takes your spouse, there's no possibility of being best friends. And if there's a high chance that someone is through that, they're mistaken, because sooner or later there will be redemption toward that. And the reason why I say this is because the conversation helped her to analyze more the situation between her, you, and her husband. a conversation almost like, depending how you talk to her, she will try to drop down on his ego and say, well, she doesn't care, she doesn't love you, she has no feelings toward you. You know what I mean? So I think that you were too good to advise her the way you did. I think that you have gone a little overboard probably, and I hate to say that, because you were being a friend, and as that, she came to you as a woman. um but this was also one of those given chances that you could have nailed the coffin, you know. um you defended him without knowing the truth. um Unfortunately, you defended him. You let her know that the love that she thinks that he has for you is most likely a family wide situation. Yes, that is partially true, but it's not the whole truth, as we already know that behind the scenes. See, you could have just stayed silent and listened and said, I don't. I would have been honest. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not. It's not being mean or nice. It's just being truthful and honest. And I would have said, "What do you expect out of a man that you've taken from a marriage, from a home, from a family?" I would have left it out like that, sweetie. I would have, because that is actually what's going on right now in their marriage. She took someone that was still playing the single card, being in a family home and wanting to be free from responsibilities, probably, and linger his life with her to feel that comfort. But in reality, he didn't give the chance that he needed to you. And that tells me that if he would have done that with you, what he is now doing with her, um, you would have worked out the marriage, because you would have grown together and grown that love together, etc. But we're not going to regret the past, right? But I would definitely have used that for now in the playing cards with her in that conversation. um, because you kind of just told her to give him a chance, that whatever he feels is affectionate as a family man. um, and there's nothing toward you, without even knowing the fact, because he himself has not said anything toward that situation. The fact that you said that, now she's going to use it as hearing it from him, and she will definitely use it against him and you, even eventually, to let him know that you don't care for him. And if he has any set feelings toward you, which I feel that those are feelings are still embedded in there, and we will see eventually if they're trying to grow by any means. He's really into his head, absolutely. He's really wondering what's going on now. He's and he yeah, he's not doing all in all with himself right now, because I feel that she gave her version of the discussion with you. Okay. That is damn. I don't blame you. Trust me on that. You did what you did at the moment. You said what you said because you felt it was the best thing to do and to say. You tried your best and you were caught in the moment. I get you. I get you. But you may have another chance to put the nail in the coffin based on what I see. I've been discussing her more because it's very important for me, because once she settles into deciding to let him go, then uh, there's no, even if he were to say please don't, beg and beg, no, it's not for her, and she's out. She has to be the one saying no. And now let me see. Now why hasn't he decided? Okay. Well, here's the thing. That this separation has been going on for quite some while, in and out, especially this year, okay? In and out. I think, I can't remember back how long did we started this ritual, that we did this ritual, I'm sorry. Um, but something kicked off, shoot, I want to say at the end of last year. Okay. And it's been going around in their thoughts and minds. Now, when it comes to him, I feel that he didn't want to lose in this relationship. You know, he cares for this woman, but at the same time, he feels trapped within the situation. He's not 100% in love with this woman either. And then whatever has taken place in all this year and all these months, it has made him see life in a different angle, view life in a different angle, in a perspective way of saying, I fucked up in whatever it is that he's thinking of. Could he have been saying to himself, I fucked up in the marriage, I could have done better, I fucked up with myself, I fucked up with my children, I fucked up with this woman. You know, there's a lot in him that he's going through as well, not just in the relationship. And the also thing, the other environment is that if he were to be divorced and or single, I feel that he has no one else that he can choose. Um, and that's not a good thing or a bad thing. But the other thing is that he actually has considered and crossed his mind of whether or not there's a possibility that a return with you is there. And the reason why he's not convinced with this is because he hasn't had that conversation fully with you. And he sees you grown. He sees the maturity in you. He sees the beauty in you. He sees what he should have seen years ago. And I feel that he is been saying that to himself. Um, and without even knowing, he's acting on those feelings. Okay. He feels that you're different, that you're vibing absolutely different. You're how there's a word that he uses for this in the way that I'm seeing it. Um, like you're not bitter, you know. You don't seem bitter to him. You seem happier. You seem more alive. You give more love. And so he's has been thinking, was this you back then that he didn't see? Is this you better? Is this you really you? I mean, he's questioning all these things. And I feel because he's questioning these things and thinking this thing, there's a high possibility that it's crossed his head, his mind, his thoughts, his feelings, that if this were to end, is there a way that he has reconciliation with you? So it's almost like a blink of an eye that he thinks of this thing. He says, nah, there's no possible way. She won't take me back. She won't. Nah. Does she love me? Nah. She probably hates me still. So I would absolutely, based on this, he's going to want to have some type of conversation based on this. And should you, let me say something. Okay. I apologize. Got my evil smile on. Here's the thing. Yeah. There's a lot of things that need to be said between you and him, okay? The other thing is that, you've forgiven him for certain things, and I think that you felt that he didn't have any emotions and any feelings for you. Maybe you're thinking that right now, maybe you're a bit confused over that. But I also think that he himself also thinks that you probably still hate him, and that possibly, you care for him and you may not be in love with him. So he doesn't want to break that bond that is still existing with all of you, and doesn't want to break that space, without having a complete evidence, a certainty of, is there a possibility with you? Because if there is, trust me, he will not be given 100% into that marriage. Okay. That's what I feel here. The other thing is that um, what I see here is that he still has certain feelings toward you, my dear. He does. He's just uh, or inside within a like a magic bottle. He just screwed it up and doesn't want to open that bottle. But there is a notion of the universe saying, is there a possibility that there can be a reconciliation between you two? Absolutely. Can it be more beautiful than before? Absolutely, because you have grown, you have experienced, and you've been down and under to understand each other a lot more. Your family, your children would be happy. You will feel more life in the relationship. So would he, and he will possibly do more things with you than he did with the spouse. I even say that there's a possibility of enjoying life now that you don't have that responsibility of children in that type of form back then. And there's more possibilities if you emphasize on this is like getting away, every 3 months to a hotel, the indoor weekend getaways, cruise, whatever. If you can manifest that with him, you are absolutely going to have a renewal of love with him, and so absolutely with him in you. This is a wonderful omen for someone to come back, for someone to renew something. But clarity needs to happen within itself. He's thinking so many things, you're thinking so many things, but not clarifying the truth within each other. Okay? It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming for you, overwhelming for him, but you're also excited that there's a possibility that this is going down. This is going down. Like you cannot believe it. I think that you've been thinking about it, having sleepless nights, even I would think, based on what I see, that you're like, oh shit, I'm feeling good. This shit is going down. I never thought that it would happen, but it's coming, it's coming, it's happening. It is happening. This marriage is at the verge, 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the door. Yep. Is a divorce in here, mama. Absolutely. There is a divorce. Ooh, dang. I love it. Yes, it can speak of that's the desire that you want. That's a desire that one of those people that are married wanted as well. I think that deep down, both of them wanted. I think that deep down, both of them wanted for different reasons. In his environment, in his energy, I feel that he feels that he cares for her, but he's not truly in love with her. That romance wore off long time ago. That I feel that she is never happy with what she has, that she always wants more, or that she always seems to be missing something in the relationship, and accusations over and over in the relationship, though they don't say it, but it has been. She has not trusted him since day one. She's always keeping an eye on him. She's always just hovering him, things like that. Things that a Taurus will do, she's been doing. Okay, now let's see. Should you, I think based on what we've been noticing in the reading today, should you have, I want to see, you're not the cause of their argument, they are. Based on this, they are. She's not mad at you, absolutely. Based on what I saw, she's not mad at you. She's mad at herself. And she felt that you were honest with whatever it was that you said, so it will be convenient for her whenever she wants to use it against him. So, unfortunately, if she still wants to be in the marriage and save it, then yeah, she will hurt his ego by that. He's trying, the fact that she feels that he cares for you, he may try to avoid you. He would want to talk to you, but he also would want to avoid you, because when a woman sets in her thoughts and mind that somebody else is still in the picture or is blamed for a relationship of this magnitude in a marriage, no matter what the man says or does, she will always think what she thinks. What she feels is the truth, is what she thinks and feels, not him, not his. So even if you talk to him, even if you smile at him, even if you just at a distance that he doesn't come to you, she will have certain doubts. The fact that you don't go to her, the fact that you don't go to him, the fact that he doesn't come to you, she will say, oh, there's something, because they're avoiding each other. In her head, it's already established that there's something there. And the fact that she came to you is because she feels that she has no way out. I absolutely feel she wants out of this marriage. Because in that conversation, did she ever said, I want to save the marriage? No. She said that she's working too much in it, that she's not, never thought that she could work as much as she does to help him, da da da. She absolutely said, me, no, no for him. And so she's giving you all these, in her view, all these things that are causing problems in the relationship. And there's more than one. And the number one is that she is not satisfied. So she will get out of that marriage eventually. I can speed it up. Trust me, I can. But she can, when she decides to, it will be because you still love her. It will be her excuse because you still love her. You're saying no because you don't want to admit it to me, but I see everything. I see the way you talk to her, the way that I mean, she'll come up with these excuses. I'm sure she has already. And therefore, that will be her main excuse out of this circumstance. Now, the other thing is that she brought the ex. It's absolutely given that there's some type of conversation going on with the ex. Now, does she get along with the ex? If she does get along with the ex, there's probably a high chance that she may desire to even give that a try after the fact, or probably even before the divorce. Because in this route, it tells me that, truth be told, we're looking at an ending of the relationship, of an ending of feelings, of ending of chaotic things. You know, the longer they stay together, the more pain and hurt and guilt or whatever may be feelings going on in their emotions, in both of them. The longer they stay together, the longer they're going to realize we're holding on to something that just needs to be end for the best of our interest, your interest and my interest. Okay. Should she be happy after their divorce? Probably so. We're looking at her that she might take a vacation of some sort, travel maybe overseas of some sort, and rekindle something with someone that she already knows. Even could be her ex or someone from her past, and or a soulmate comes into her life that is destined for her. Okay. She wants more, and she absolutely wants something that is more rich in her life, more materialistic. I mean, there's no other way of looking at it, but that's what we see. We're also seeing that there's an accident of some sort, a car accident in her environment. I don't know if it's going to be hers or her family member or someone that she loves, because we're seeing a car accident and there's a possibility of a death in there as well. It's not being specifically for someone there, but it also speaks of someone that, you know, she will probably be inheriting money out of that passing of someone within her mindset, within her environment, that is. She wants to be free. Her spirit, her way of being is, I want to change everything about me. I want to be free. I want to be will and give. You know what I mean? So it makes all the sense that everything is taking place right now based on her. So deep down, I think that you eased her discomfort, not against it. I think that deep down you eased her discomfort. Yeah, you did. You eased her discomfort of the relationship. So kind of feels to me that she probably believes that you don't love him, that he cares for the family and things like that. Yeah, but in reality, um, we're looking at a lot of things in her past. In reality, she knows that she split this marriage. She knows that she took this man away, and that's been one of the things that's been haunting her throughout the relationship. Looking back at things, she knows that she can save this marriage if she really wants to. But here's my thing. I don't think that she feels her best in this relationship anymore. And I think that there's somebody else that has been flirting with her, giving her the notion of wanting to be the man for her provider, and etc. There's another man that is circling in her environment, and it's probably making her feel loved and more cared for. And it's probably a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Rising. um there's when you are unhappy in a relationship or marriage, if someone whispers in your ears good things, and there may possibly be things that you are actually needing in the relationship, then you're going to feel this overwhelmed feeling of desiring those things. And I feel that this is what's going on also with partial with everything else in her life. Okay, she may not, I mean, if you were to ask, she may not say so, but truly there is someone that already spoke in her ear and gave her some notions that she can do better, be better, and be more happier, that she doesn't do, that she's the type of woman that should not be working, should be sitting there whining and dining. Whoever that person told her those things is the person that she is probably going to seek out, either before the divorce and or after. Probably before. Because that's what I see here. There's two notions: a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, and or Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Rising. There are two males in her life beside her husband. One of these can be someone that she already been with. One of these is someone that she already knows as whatever work environment or however it is, or through the media. But there is someone already circling for her to be with in a relationship in less than a year after divorcing this man. Trust me on that. She is not going to miss out at all. Is she going to be gaining? Yes. Whatever it is going to be split to half. Yep. That's what I see. Now, let me see. Here's my thing. If he goes to this thing on Saturday, if he's being at distance with you, or if they do not show up, because there's a chance that they will not show up, depending how serious is that commitment, they will not show up, or one or the other may be showing up. Okay, there is that high possibility. And if they do show up, they're gonna be a little awkward. Should I put pause and heat up my coffee? People know me, I have to have my coffee 2 cups before 10 a.m. But the other thing is that I'm always heating up my coffee because I need it as hot as can be, even burning my tongue at times. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, mama. So when you have your coffee, think of me. Okay. I want to say, because of their argument, no. We already know number 5, what's going to be. Number 2, does he feel that that you've caused him more problems? No, unless she uses it against the will. You know what I mean? And unless she comes out and says, "I don't know why you're doing this, feeling this," if she doesn't care, she doesn't love you, she doesn't care, she has no feelings for you. But in the tone that she uses it, if she wants to be a bitch, she can use that against you. Is what I'm saying. And most likely, eventually, she probably will. If she just wants to hurt his feelings to make sure that once she leaves him, there's nothing between you two. But I have a feeling the fact that she, based on what I'm seeing, the fact that she came to you is because she's also realizing now, because she's gone to somebody and have her things read. I feel that she has, because we see someone having some type of conversation with someone that is spiritual, and I don't think it's him. I think it's her. And so they probably have given her the runarounds of what may be happening in their relationship individually. So in her way of seeing things, most likely she thinks that he's going to come to you. He may do so depending if you're open to that, but he needs to have an initiative to feel those things by you. That he's conflicted of the things that you're saying, doing on his behalf. Yes, they're both thinking of separations. They just want to give one last, chance of those things, thinking it will be saved. It doesn't look like it. So again, the birthday thing, either they don't show up together, or one of them, there's all these things that everybody's thinking of doing and not doing. And because their emotions are so tense, there's a high possibility that one of them may show up only, or one of them show up separate. Okay? If they show up separate, we know that they're not good. If one of them shows up only, we know that it's going down. I would hope that it's only him that shows up, because then you have a chance to talk to him. And don't go and picking up excuses. I couldn't because of this. I was doing this. I was doing that. Your son is married. Let the wife pick up a fork or two every now and then and help out. You need to make time for you to get this shit going on for you. You need to get yours. So if he shows up alone, he will definitely have a moment of wanting to talk to you, and you go ahead and take it. And I will say this, whether it is then or whether it is if they do show up together, we know that there's going to be some type of distance, some type of differences between them. By now, did your children ask you what you talked to him about? Or, her about? Did your children ask you what was said with her? The asking out for lunch with him will depend on Saturday. What takes place on Saturday? If she shows up and you see that they're trying to look good together, it's because your conversation actually helped their relationship. And they're giving it a go, and she may come and say, "Oh, listen, I apologize. I spoke out of terms, whatever." She'll try to downsize it. I will say, do not give her any positive advice, period, moving forward. Is this the time to start flirting with him? Well, it would be, and we've talked about that before, which I had hoped that before you could have done that. Because when we are doing certain things for someone to separate, we want that to stick out. We want to give them a notion that there's an option to have to be free from others. You know what I mean? So the flirting should have been already in place. But you need to have a signal from him that you're good to go now, because now it's different. Now you know, based on what she said. So the way that you can do without flirting but without flirt is you look sexy, mama. You look sexy. Walk sexy. Be sexy. Duck down so they can see the good boobs as you serve coffee and shit like that. You know what I mean? Feel confidence. When someone is confident, it's sexy as hell. And you're flirting without even being flirtatious. Get what I mean? You're smiling. Your lips are glossing. They're inviting. Your hair is well done. And things like that. Your hair, it calls out the vibe of the person. Let's see. Let's see. We'll see number 11. We'll see in a minute the sexual dreams. And what do we see moving forward between you two? Well, you already saw it, but I'm going to overlook again. In sexual dreams. We know he has in the past, but let me see if he has been renewing those facts eventually. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this one then. It was giving me the vibe of 2, but my answer is a yes here when I see this. In reference to him, is he thinking of you in different forms? Absolutely, he is thinking of you. The thing is that he's a little confused with that, okay? He's a little confused with that. I think that your ex does not want to go and step his boundaries unless he has a reason to, unless he feels that there's something going on there between you two. He needs to feel that vibe from you, and I think that you're giving it, but you're not being firm with it. I get it, I understand, but he needs a conclusion over that. Now, because you already spoke to this woman, you really do have to have a conversation with him so he can actually speak the truth. He may say, I love you because you're the mother of my children. And, you know, I care for you and I regret that I did this. He might give you that speech. But it's a window to be open, because if you say to him, well, I care for you. I think that now, you know, you're a better husband, a better father to our children, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I still find myself, you know, caring for you, and I will not step those boundaries unless you have feelings for me. And that's not gonna change. You know, just because you leave someone, it does not change. If there was a chance, can this be better? Absolutely, because we're both mature and we both know what we want out of a relationship. But if you were to ask me, would you give me a chance? Yes, we will sit down, we will talk about things, and we will talk about especially how to renew the relationship and how to make it better, so we could be one-on-one. You know what I mean? I think that conversation has to take place, will take place between you two, because he wants to stay in a safe place, in the space where he feels that he's doing the best thing for the family, for his marriage, for the kids, because he's married. But if he feels that you still have feelings for him, then he will start analyzing within himself. You know, is it possibly that I've been feeling these things, but it's actually feelings? Now, here it is, this person that I'm married to telling me that I still love this woman. And it will open up that window for him to actually go within and say, you know, I probably do. I just never had the moment to actually notice everything about it because I was always looking at her in a different form, in a different way. And because in the relationship, I feel that there was too many things happening in the relationship, abusiveness, cohesence, and verbally, physically, you name it. Third parties, everything was going on in that relationship. So too young or too naive or too stupid, you name it, whatever it was that. Now, the reason why I say this is because, again, this is his spread, and I feel that he is going through these things or will be going into analyzation of these things. But there is a high chance that you will and absolutely will have a conversation with you. You will be having a conversation with him. Don't be frightened. Don't be scared. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. If you have feelings for him, say it. If he were to say, well, I don't know how I feel, so be it. It's fine. Trust me on this, because you're giving him the window to open that bottle and let it free. Let his emotions be free and willing now. They've been trapped for so long, for so many years. He hasn't been able to express it because he didn't want to express it because he was married and also doesn't think that you will give him that chance to flourish again. Okay? Yeah, there's a lot going on with this situation, but the one thing he does not want to do is fail now in every angle, with you, with children, with the wife. But in order to gain, he has to fail at one thing or two. Okay? Yeah, it's a lot that is going on with him. There's a lot. He will end the situation to start something new. He doesn't see that yet, but I do. So, Saturday will be the day to decide whether or not you will let him know to have a lunch thing or talk. If, depending who shows up. Right now, I see different angles of what may take place because they're, excuse me, they are in and out of what they want to do. One day they say, okay, we're going to go to this and we're going to do that. The next day, she's a little emotional. She's undecided whether or not she wants to go. Then the next day or at the end of the day, she is conflicted whether or not she will not go and have him go, and then she will show up at the last minute. She's very unstable in a lot of ways with her emotions. Okay? Let's see. Lack of intimacy in the relationship, I can tell you that. I think that he is trying to be there emotionally in the relationship, in the marriage, and he's trying to secure it with her. He really is. And it's okay, because when you are seeing that you're almost out of something, you're so used to being with something or someone that you don't want to detach from it. So the physical form always takes you back to what you do not want to let go or should let go. And therefore you intend to want to be better. You intend to want to act good for a little bit. And you want to emotionally trap them and make them feel safe in the relationship. Make them, give them sex to make them feel safe and protective. If that was his course of action, moving, in all the relationships through sex. So he may be doing that. But it doesn't matter what you do when you are so set in letting go of something. It takes over everything. But yeah. I think that what he needs to realize for himself is that he's not in love with her. He doesn't have that true love itself. And that he needs to also realize that, yes, he put work onto this marriage, into this relationship. But at the end, he has other things that he can do better with as well. But it's not going to work out because we definitely see that there has been rituals going on in this marriage, in this relationship. So no matter what they're giving in right now, mhm, it's not going. Yeah, the same thing in a similar ways, in a different form, the same but in emotional different ways between them. So he's been seeing that this marriage has been rocky for quite some time, that there have been ins and out, and that she's always been accusatory toward him when it comes to you. I would love for him to come and say that he has absolutely feelings for you, that he loves you. um Here's the thing, that I feel that there is, but he's not admitting it. He's not admitting it, and it may be because he doesn't know completely that he cares. He doesn't know, and again, he's has it in that bottle that he hasn't let it flourish and open. But I definitely feel he does. What do I see? If he speaks the truth and gives that truth a chance, absolutely you and him can have something in the future. Um, there's a revise of that, but all will that depend if you want it. Because just because we see it doesn't mean that it can be. The truth needs to speak first. If no one is being completely honest, things will be soured. And it's a circle of in and out. We end today, we make up, and we come back. We end today, we make up, and we come back. That can be for him right now as we speak, but something that needs to happen eventually will take place. They should have been divorced probably a year ago, something about a year ago. Something about a year ago. I wonder if they were actually in the notion. Right. So, he does have emotions. He just doesn't know how to express it because he doesn't want to cross boundaries with you. He definitely sees you in a different form, different shape now. He feels that you're more complete in a lot of ways. And he's seeing, here's my thing. When I see when I see him toward you, it feels more spiritual for me. Even though he's looking at the physical, he's actually looking more of the spiritual side of you because he didn't get to know that before. Now that he's older and going through a whole full circle, it's a lot different for him. And he's also saying that he really doesn't want to be alone. He wants to be in a relationship. Um, he wants to just not be as stressful anymore. Something about him being older, being more mature, makes him want to be more together, That's what we want when we have children. We want to be married, but it doesn't happen all the time, right? But I think that he's a little bit more together now. He's a little bit more understanding now, more giving, more uh in the emotionally kind of way, with him. He's absolutely different than from what he was when he was with you. That I can tell you. Now, with this reading, I I would say they waited too long to set themselves free, to not to they overlooked at the reality of things, to be in their own joy. They suffer quite a bit in this relationship. Actually, they're just not analyzing it. um They saw a lot of things, yet they stayed together. As we know, they are working in the relationship. He is working in the relationship with himself and the children, but he is not completely honest. He's not seeing the reality of things. He's not being truthful with his emotions, his understanding. But there are actions that he is going to take out of nowhere, and that he might just decide to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm over with this. I feel that I've been holding back, and I'm going to run for this shit like no other. Now, when we want someone to come back to us, I would love to see this, because it means that you're letting go of something and running without a thought to somebody else, because you want to be truth, you want to be honest, you want to speak the truth, you want to get the truth in the bottom of the things. You want to end something to go and run to someone that can speak of that. Definitely, it's a beautiful spread here. I have to say, if I were to go into the negative side, it means that there is a tragic coming ending of some sort to someone as well. We are talking about him. I don't think it's him, but there's a possibility that is in his surroundings, a loss of someone. Tragically, probably mechanically. That would mean through a car, airplane, knife, gun. I don't know how that works, how it plays out, okay? But I'm just going to leave that as that. The one thing he doesn't want to do is give hopes. So, if he doesn't want to give hopes, he doesn't want to step the boundaries between you and him, okay? He wants to kind of feel that he wants to know what you think. He wants to know what you feel in order to see what he feels. Here's the thing. He doesn't know that. We are looking at it here. He doesn't know that that's what he needs. Okay? So he's just letting things be and then wait for them to fall apart in the way that they should be. He is something else. I guess in a way he's a little bit of what he used to be or is, where he waits for people to come to him and beg him, where he let other people come and express it so he doesn't have to look like the guilty one. You know? She looked for me. I didn't. She said she loved me. I didn't. Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he's the one that does the actions. I wanted to see something. Okay. No, he's not cheating. But he's cheating with his emotions, with his feelings. Okay. Let's go here. Put this away. Thank you, angels of the universe and the heavens. Lord Jesus Christ, we will purify you in a few. Follow in. Let me look at this. I already know everything that you've asked, and this is an overview. We are not questioning or judging anything of what the universe, your guys have answered. We're just overlooking it in a precise and different ways and matters. Do we see a divorce? Or do we see their divorce? Absolutely, she wants the divorce, dear. I mean, she thinks that he's cheated on her. Again, she doesn't trust him. They are working on the marriage. Will they divorce? Yes, they will be divorced. They will divorce. She would want. I don't know if they bought a house, um, but you know, of course she's going to want more of the funds than anything. Um, it is her that is determined to divorce. It is in her head already, in her thoughts and mind, that she wants the divorce. So I can absolutely tell you that we do see it. Um, Probably within the next 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, there should be some type of notion of this. Now, she fears that he will be returning to you. I think that this is shocking and this will be a surprise to you that even though we've seen it, it's not as good juice as when you hear it. um, but they are trying to fix it. He is probably thinking that it's still salvage this marriage. So he's being naive to think that that is. Um, Her determination to not be in this relationship will be the place, will be what takes place. They divorce is announced here, period. And it's given in the way that she will be the one following it. Okay. Yes, they're in therapy, they're working it out, but it will be given. She will decide to do it because I feel that she feels she's put up a lot in this relationship in order to be in it, and it's costly emotionally, physically, mentally for her, and she doesn't want to go through that anymore. And also the fact that she feels there's a betrayal that happened that she cannot get over. So yeah, and there's also a fact that there's someone else in her life as we speak. There is. She may not, even if she knows of the person, she may not. How do I say it? Mm, she may not be 100% certain that this person is there. Maybe she knows of this person, but she may not know that it's 100%. Okay, but it is. Now, does she thinks that he's gonna come back to you to give you a chance to ask you? Probably so. Probably so, because that's what she thinks. Okay, that you will renew things with him. If it's not you, it might be someone else that she has an inclination of. I don't know who that is. But also, what I like about this spread is that it's letting me know that there's you and there's another person, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising woman. Do you know of any woman that he has been with? Do you know if he even cheated in the marriage of this woman? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Now, if you didn't know, there's a possibility that she found him talking to someone of that type of energy. Okay, so but it is in her spread and it is in his spread. So they basically are thinking of the same people. But the thing is that he would always prefer to see if there's a chance with you. Now, if there is, and he feels hopeful, he's willing to work on that too. Okay, because he will feel different about the relationship with you, and he should, because after every 7 to 10 years, we evolve emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in a lot of capacity of our physical experience. So he should be able to already shift into that energy, into the maturity. I need to see how old he is, but obviously he already had Saturn come full circle in his life, which would happen on the 30th birthday. So he would have a whole experience booked already in his experience karmically. So therefore, he would have had to have a shift of feeling and desiring different things. And sometimes that can be something from the past as well. Okay? But there's two notions. what it gives us here that they don't see or may not see or may think of later is that there's a high possibility that you could return to him. And if not, if you do not take him or do not desire to, there is another woman that he already knows of or is acquainted with in some kind of level here. And what it looks to me is that even she knows who that person is. Okay? So, if you've told her you do not care for him and you do not love him, I think that she thinks that he will still try to come back to you, and then you will give him up and let him be with somebody else. But in this way, in his spread, we show different. It shows that he will not want to be with anybody else but you. Once he realizes that there's a high probability that you care for him still and that you would want to. Okay? But based on this, it would have to be your choice. Isn't that something? That now it becomes your choice. So, I love that. I want to see something here before we end it. This is an absolutely beautiful reading for you today, my dear. Let's see. Do you see? I think that right now you're very uncertain based on what I see here. Confused, uncertain on whether or not you want to go that route with him. And I think that now you really have to start thinking within yourself if you love him enough to want to renew this relationship. Once you see whether or not they will separate, which we do see it, okay? Yeah, we do see it. It says that eventually he will be completely separated in the future from this woman. It also says that because it's your spread, we have a high possibility that he can and will come back to you, okay? But he can come back to you and be in a relationship. It says something coming back here. The other thing is that maybe if she wants to hinder the relationship, whether or not she'll be honest enough to tell you about this other person that we see here, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, and Rising. Who is that person? Because it's very clear, it's given an eyesight of something else. So if this is the person that he's cheated with in the marriage, this is the person that the wife knows of right now. And if this person comes back around in his life, then, you know, she would definitely will want him for her. But in hindsight, it tells me that you are a little conflicted of what the truth is for you. Meaning, what is the truth? Similar to him. I think that you have held back those feelings of him. I think that you care for him in the way that you expressed how he cares for you to her. I think that you were not willing to see him as a partner, because you didn't see that can be the possibility. And so I feel that, you know, if you have to go within yourself and say, do I still have those love feelings there that are strong enough, fulfilling enough for me to say, I want to give this a chance? I think that you need to find that truth within you first, okay? And disclose that to him, whether or not he takes it. The important thing is that you decide to take that next step. Now, also, having said that, I would say, that it's important because you want to do as much as you can in this life to get rid of any karma so you can be free without any hesitations or any conflicts of any kind moving forward with the love of your life. Do you know what I mean? With the true soul mate of yours. So you need to explore that option. You need to take that time. I will say you got 24 hours before the party. But, you know, go within yourself, and you can, if they're there, eventually you will find that exploration to be so. And let's face it, you know, we want these people to break up. So be ahead of the game and then have that conversation with him, and you know, say, I care for you. And if you care for me and you want to give this a chance, then let's talk about it and let's work on it, and let's see what happens with that. You know, why not? Okay. um because we see here that he has a high possibility of returning. The wife feels that if she leaves him free, he will come back to you. The other thing is that I feel that both of them are, or like in the moment of saying, we can end this in a peaceful way, in a friendly way, and we're okay with that. I think that she will give this in that way. You know what I mean? Unless he's spiteful, then she can be spiteful. But in the moment, I think that she's trying to be acceptance. She's trying to understand that she will not be hateful of this, even because deep down she feels that this is what's going to happen. Whether or not it's because somebody told her, based on this, somebody told her that this was going to take place between you and him and her marriage, whether or not she went to somebody, had the cards read, rituals done, etc. Um, and then this is what's taking place for her. So it is a lot to take in this reading, I know, but it gives us an intel very specifically of what's been going on with him. Now, let's see him, because this spread tells me a lot about you and him. Let's see him before we end your reading today, my dear. And this will be the precise time. If you really do want to take actions between him and you, this will be the time, Mama. Absolutely. I cannot express it enough. Because if we want to open those feelings, rebirth those feelings of his toward you, and let him feel free to come to you without any doubts, without any hesitations, this is the time. Yep. I'm gonna. Hmm. Okay. So, here's the thing. Let me say this. I ask the sexual things, I ask certain things, and I see a lot of here. Does he think of you sexually? The answer is yes. Does he thinks what it will be like coming back to you? Uh, he's a little frightened, I want to say, because I think that now he feels you are more put together. He feels that you are stronger. He feels that you are, and stronger by emotions, you know, by confidence and things like that. And he feels that you can have somebody else. The other thing I would say about this is is that yes, he thinks of you sexually, but he doesn't know if you want to go that route. He's hesitant to even go there because even though he thinks about it, he doesn't know if he's capable of. If you're capable of to give him a chance, the fact that he did what he did, because he's reminiscing of the past. He knew that you were in love with, you know, uh, Chris. He knows that you had somebody that you were given to. I mean, he's bringing up the past to the present now, and he's very much so doubtful of what you will be able to want to even be there with him after everything he's done to you. So he's very conflicted and he doesn't want to step the boundaries. He does not want to ruin everything that he's worked for in the relationship as a father, as a unit of family, with everybody. So I like that he thinks of that because it means that he's mature, right? But I would also say that, he definitely feels that if the relationship was not to work, the marriage was to be dissolved, which is in a limb here, it really is. Um, she is probably going to uh, leave the house, probably go on vacation with a couple or people that she knows of. Uh, mm, and she's going to do something that is going to throw him off and make him realize that it's over. The marriage is over. Okay. Now, what I noticed with this spread and the other previous spread is that it's giving me the same length of energy in reference to you and him, because he's so uncertain of what you can say or not say that he's frightened to interfere in even having the conversation with you. So I almost say that he has cold feet, butterflies in his stomach, and just like, after all these years, will she take me back? After all these years, can she possibly care? After all these years, will she give me a chance? After all these years, can I even? I feel him puzzling like that, okay? And what it tells me here that he does not know is that he needs to take a chance, because only if he takes a chance, he will know that this marriage can be very fruitful, or this union between you and him can be very fruitful. The other thing is that you yourself have to see this. Don't think long terms right now. Think present term right now. Uh, find a way to be honest and truthful to him. Find a way to let him know that you care, if that's the case, because based on what I see here, it almost tells me that you do, but you don't know if you do, you do. Do you know what I mean? And so it tells me that the client needs to go within herself and see whether or not she actually loves him enough to see herself with him again. I think it will be absolutely nice. I think that you and him coming back together will be absolutely different. If you were to decide this, I would absolutely urge you to renew that ritual, to renew the feeling, his actions, his true self toward you. The other thing that I would advise after that renewal would be a spiritual of some sort of wedding in the physical sense, as a physical spiritual wedding between you and him. Well, we can check on that later. And I'll tell you why. Because, no, not the spiritual wedding. There's a physical wedding that we can do. It's a different case. Let me explain that. A spiritual is a whole different level, and you already know that. The physical wedding is, we want to renew the physical wedding itself, because we want to get the best out of him in the physical sense, so he can do as much as he can for you on earth, and therefore there's nothing left moving forward after this life unless you choose to. But we can discuss that in any other day, any given day, after the fact. Because right now it will be precisely perfect for you to renew what had been started before. And of course, if you decide, we will be talking about certain things that I will need from you ASAP to get that going. Also, tomorrow when you do see him, anything he touches, a cup, a napkin, a paper, anything that he's able, probably a cup better because he has more of his, you know, um, eh, make sure that you can send that as well, okay? Because you're able to get something of him. If he shows alone, it will be your giving moment to speak to him and explore your emotions. But I also want, it's very important that Saturday you have to look your best. I cannot express it enough. Do not be what I would consider when we hire people to uh, take care of the venue. Do not be that. You need to be free and will to be there, to be looked at and admired of. Sit, show, and be the best. Um, you know what I mean? I want you to be the model for that party, in other words, because they need to see the new you. They need to see that you are rebirthed now. It is your given moment. You need to take action. If you're all over the place taking care of everybody else, you're not doing anything good for yourself. I'm sorry, but you're not. And if you want to capture him, you need to be open and ready to be there, to understand, to hear, to listen. Now, do you want to get up and get a plate and serve him? Why not? Absolutely, you can do that. Whisper to his food, to his cup, whisper his full name and say, you love me, you want me, you come to me as you serve it to him, whatever it is you're serving to him. Okay. I will say the drink is very significant for that, and fruits as well. But anything that he puts in as food and eat will be good. Now, of course, we'll be talking about it, and I need to get going to make sure this video gets loaded for you today, in order for you to see everything, all the good juice that is coming in. Go within and see how you feel about this. I absolutely feel that your ex, will be surprised and shocked to hear that you actually still do care. Because it's gonna give him an open window to how to say this, to evolve what he's feeling for you. And if you're going to go that route, you absolutely will have to let me know today, because I would need to put in motion his energy, especially that you're seeing him tomorrow. And I would absolutely find a way, because I need him to be in there. Again, it would depend on her imbalanced emotions as we speak. But in all scenarios, there's a possibility that they will go and be a little bit off in the situation, okay? She believes certain things that you told her, but she is uncertain of other things. So no matter how much you give and say to this woman, in her head, it's already established that he has feelings for you. In her head, she feels that maybe something has happened between you two in the marriage. I'm surprised she didn't ask that. But, you know, she's never trusted him 100%. And so she's determined to feel something different and be free from this relationship. And even though they're working it out, if your words became positive for her, because I feel that in a way it is, they're going to find a way to probably even work it out. I hope not. We'll see. You know what? I'm going to light a candle in a few, because I want to spike it up a little bit more. Just because. So, but I want her to feel the need to get away without a thought and say, fuck it, I'm done. You know, the fact that we see what we see, it means that if she feels safe from you, she will want to linger in a bit more in this relationship, right? Because she doubts, but yet she believes and trusts her intuitions. But because she already wants to set herself free emotionally, mentally, physically, and including spiritually, she's holding on to something that needs to let go, to to be herself, to be free. And I think that that is something that is very useful when we want to break someone. That is something that when we want to take someone away from someone, it is absolutely a yes. That is something that, you know, it let us know that she's very self-absorbed with what she wants and need, that no matter what he says and does will not suffice the relationship, will not survive the marriage. And it will not. It will not. Okay? So I love this reading because this is good juice. This is good juice. And I think that you're doing yourself a favor, an opportunity to explore yourself and give yourself a chance now that in later years it's a possibility to be better. And it will be better. And also, um, he needs to find himself through that and have that chance to renew everything that he could have done in the years before. Now he can. And for her as well, she's trapped in a marriage that she thought she was getting, you know, 100% of who he intended to be in the beginning. And now she's realizing that her dreams are elsewhere. Her feelings may even be elsewhere now. If she really, really loved him, which I don't think that she expressed that in your conversation, if she really, really loved him, um, she would have overlooked a lot of things. And she would have had some type of conversation, sit down, probably even between you three. Do not bring that up to them, please. Because even when you're trying to save someone's relationships, it always comes back to you, and they always end up blaming the other person not in the marriage. And then with her way of being, it can go that way. Anyways, it's a limbo based on how she's feeling of whether or not she may go Saturday, whether or not she may show separate cars. Uh, if she does separate cars, it means that they're not good. If she does not show up, it means that they're not good. Things have gotten worse. And don't blame yourself because it's not your fault. Um, if they do show up, there's going to be a difference in that energy. I feel that that he may try to steer away from you if they do show up, because of her. And I will say to this: if you look your best, you are calling out what you want and what you need. Who gives a shit what they think? Who thinks? Okay? Who cares who says what? Who cares? You live your life. Um, and if you do get the moment of freedom to have a piece of conversation with him, if she shows up and he comes to you, depending what he says, and you're not able to talk to him, then you can easily say, can we get together this week and talk? That's it. If he comes to you and says, uh, do you, if he actually asks you, do you have any feelings for me? Go ahead and say it. Then he gave you the open window to express it. You can easily say, I'm willing to work on it if you are. Okay? Don't hold back, because it's your joy and your happiness, and it's what you want, nobody else. If he comes to you and says, I apologize for whatever it is that she said, then you can say to him, no problem, but can we get together this week and talk? That's it. Don't express it. Okay? If he comes and says, I care for you and I love the family, I love my children, then you stop him and say, hold his hand and say his first name. Thank you. And I love you too. And I'm on a different stage now, and so are you. But I love you. I care for you still, and and that's it. Say, if you would like to talk about it, uh, let's get together this week and we can talk, and you can let me know how you feel. You make sure that you stop whatever he can say next, because that gives him a window time to explore what he truly wants to say and is not saying it. Okay? I leave that up to you in the option, in the way that you're going to play it out, because this almost feels like spontaneously to me, that certain things can happen without being expected at the time giving tomorrow. And if they do not show up, trust me and believe me, it is because they're going south. The other thing is that if they do not show up the following day, whenever, or Monday, you let him know that you would like to have, that you want to get together with him to talk one on one. Okay? That will be a must then. And then again, if you're going for that angle, you need to let me know today, sweetie, so I can take actions toward the situation between you and him and explore my options as well for them. But we already know the angle. If you want to speed it up, let's get going. You got, we're in June the 12th. I need to holler my ass to do what I need to do before Mercury goes into retrograde shadow. Want to say, shoot, 16, I want to say. Let me see here. Yeah, 16, no later. I will need to do certain things, have motion action. So the 16, I've already caught up with the energy. Once the retrograde Mercury kicks in, then I can use those energies for him and her. Okay, so we will be, of course, in touch, and I absolutely wish you love and light. This was an indefinite reading for them, as well as for your emotions and your feelings, and I say go for it. Go for it. And trust me, even if because he's going to be quite shocked and surprised, and even if he were to say, I love you, you're the mother of my children, da da da, trust me, it is his way of feeling, because those are the feelings that he's been saying all along, all these years since he divorced you, to keep calm waters. But deep down, I feel that he has, based on what I saw, yep, some true emotions toward you and willing to work on those feelings. Okay? If she decides to either keep the house, she's probably going to have him leave the house for a while. Okay? While they're going through separation of some sort. There's something big that is going to happen. Maybe they will decide to let everybody know that they will be divorcing in the next 2 days, 2 weeks to 2 months, my dear. So we definitely feel that we need to take actions in reference to this, so we can have them separated completely. Yes, ma'am. And I love this. I'm going to take a picture of it. Because we do see the ins and outs, someone else for her in the near future. And then we do see, as she sees, he may not see it in this way, because he doesn't know 100% what you may say or not say, but she feels that you are the one that he's going to come back to. And he feels that that might not be the case, because you love each other like friendship, family, etc. He doesn't know anything yet, because he doesn't know, he hasn't spoken to you in that depth. The other thing is that there's another woman there that is going to be coming into his life, if she's not already there, as friends with benefits kind of thing. Now, This could possibly be someone that he already encountered with that she may know of. There's a woman there that she knows of, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, that she, if she finds out that they are divorcing, she's gonna want to come into the picture to see if there's a possibility with him. But I don't see it. But there's someone out there that would want him, is what I'm saying. But I don't see it though. It is based on what it says. It is the universe saying that there's a high possibility, to your surprise, of a renewal with him. Okay? Love and light, dear. Love and light to you and to yours. We'll be in touch. Thank you.